So we have this road safety landscape, and everywhere in that landscape, in every country that has engineering managing the driver education as part of the road safety landscape, has very high crash risk, crash injury in teens and drivers at all levels. So why is it that engineering thinks it can manage education? Because we know at a university level, engineers are not the teachers of the various learning styles that are spread across the various faculties in a university. An artist learns differently than an engineer and needs to be taught differently. Let's talk specifically on Australia and New Zealand, just to narrow it down a fraction. We have an engineering managed and developed driving instruction system where there is no standardized curriculum for anything taught in any state or suburb. Each driving instructor makes up their own system. We expect to then have all that amalgam of learners become drivers and manage a safe system, even though that was the input. Then on top of that, we have driving instructors trained with as little as 2 hours. The Cert 4 is an incompetent, ineffective system. We have driving instructors telling, so there's no teaching or effective method to impart knowledge. We then have a testing system. Let's assess the current testing in Australia and New Zealand. It's a one-off 30 to 45 minute test where it would be reasonable to expect it assesses competency in all the major crash categories. You can successfully pass the driving test with zero interaction with any other road user. So there is no performance-based outcomes measured, yet you can still successfully get a license. The areas with the highest crash injury rates also have the highest pass rates. Those who successfully meet the standard to pass the test have a significantly high crash and injury rate. The only measurement of success is zero injury crashes. Every client must be matched to the person who trained them, as the education system already does through a school or university, and that should be an annual calibration of your ability to train people to drive crash and injury free. It's not rocket science, it's just driving a car. So let's create 3 foundations: my position on road, my speed, and what's everyone else doing, and is everything safe and or legal. The ability to change lanes safely and legally, managing all the risks, is a complex process, easily learnt as part of a graduated education system. It's also a very safe road user interaction when you know what you're managing and where the risks are. Roundabouts, they are a process, not a shape. A learnt process that is developed as part of a graduated education system. There are level 1, 2 and 3 style roundabouts, and are far more complex than people realise, but an easily learnt, safe and legal process. Traffic lights, high risk road user interaction because of speeds mainly, and secondly because they are poorly designed by the engineering faculty. They have been designed with a high risk component, but there is a management process and it's part of a graduated education system. It can be done safely and legally. Crossroads, a significantly high-risk road user interaction. The ability to multitask or continually partially assess a variable shape, variable colour, variable size, travelling at a variable speed with a variable background from 4 quadrants is a learnt process developed as part of a graduated education system. The ability to manage all other road users is a learnt process developed as part of a continual partial assessment in a graduated education system. Analysing other road users and what they could, might do and are doing, along with your own road user interactional process, will significantly reduce crash risks for all road users.